Hello and welcome to another Cutlass Draft League video. I am EBEZA, the coach of your Salford Solgaleo, and I am about to try and build a team for what might be my final CDL battle, depending on my result and other people's results. And just like last week, because, you know, it went so well, I actually got a win. I asked Houdini to come back, so welcome back.
I'm back. Let's see if we can make it to him,
You,
eh?
you're either, there's two things now. You're either a much better team builder than I am, or a lucky mascot. I think I know which one it is, but either way, I want you here with me building this team.
It's probably the lucky mascot.
It's
I would
probably not.
imagine.
It's probably not. Okay, so, team-wise, let's have my first ever look at Xander's team, because I am good at prep. Oh, Xander's the mono ghost trainer, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so
Um,
yeah, there's going to be a certain degree of strategy that can't be enforced here. Like, you know, you just can't fake out and stuff like that, which is going to be pretty interesting.
yeah.
Have you got any like thoughts, initial thoughts on Xander, like, and his team?
So I played against Xander last week.
Okay,
He was my opponent in the last round, and it's a hard match.
okay,
For me specifically, because I have a lot of Pokemon that have fake out.
right,
So I had to sort of not bring as many of those
yeah,
and not use fake out as much.
yeah.
Um, uh, sorry, I'm talking to Keith. He's telling me everybody else is a tie.
Everybody else is a tie.
Um, yeah, no, it's all right because a bunch of people haven't submitted their matches for this week.
Oh, okay,
Apparently Xander told him an hour ago that the match wasn't on or something, but now it's fixed. It's all good.
yep,
So Xander's team is a lot of ghost type Pokemon.
yes,
So this is what I'm gonna send you is luckily I have all of my notes from my match against him last week.
mm-hmm.
So these are all of his speed tiers. So we're getting a little bit nerdy this week.
Okay,
Um so what this shows, if you can see it in Discord, it's the bottom and the top of each of his Pokemon in terms of their speed capabilities.
yeah,
So when we're EVing our Pokemon, what we're trying to do is make sure that the ones that need to beat certain levels of speed can do so.
yeah, yeah,
Or if they are unable to, that we make sure that they hit at least the minimum speed tier to beat them if this Pokemon has no speed investment.
mm-hmm.
Pretty simple. And this also has his overall his weaknesses and that sort of stuff.
Yeah. So I was
So
just gonna say I was already while you were talking just grabbing Scrafty because obviously the dark
yep,
weakness.
definitely a good choice.
I can't decide whether I want this final Scrafty to be male and called Ryder or female and called Kendall. Ryder's a
I will leave that decision up to you.
Ryder's a dirty traitor, but at the same time, like quite an iconic character. Although, what might make my decision is, there we go. My Y button is not working great on my keyboard, but I've managed to get it going. There we go. Right. So, yes, am I right? Am I wanting Intimidate here, or am I wanting Moxie? If Scrafty is probably going to be doing a lot of killing.
I think Intimidate just overall is a bit better.
Yeah.
In this particular sort of like match, because like while yes, Scrafty's going to be doing a lot of work damage wise, you're also probably not going to be keeping him in permanently because he's such a big threat. He's going to get targeted down.
Yeah.
So you want to take advantage of Intimidate going off multiple times.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely a thing we could look at. You could even like theorize maybe an eject button if you wanted, but that's kind of it's a bit more tongue-in-cheek than anything. So obviously you want like as strong a dark move as you can get. Throat chop's probably ideal.
Am I rocking knockoff as well, just because that's so useful?
I mean, you can run either, right? So like Knockoff is good if like a lot of Pokemon that run knockoff are Pokemon where it's non-stab and you're using it more for the utility.
Yeah.
But if you're wanting it for the damage, Throat Chop's just better.
Okay.
Because like, let's say we're running knockoff on a Pokemon that we really really want to kill. If it has like Focus Sash to stop it dying, knockoff doesn't stop it not dying because of Focus Sash. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that difference is like pretty minimal. You could argue that the flexibility and the utility of it, you can argue that until the cows come home. It's okay. It's kind of optional. You can pick which one you like.
Yeah.
There is also like you could make memes where you run beat up and you just lead Scrafty with like max attack beat up and just try and kill stuff. But yeah, I think it's better to just run one of the like either. You could also run Lash Out as well.
Yeah, I looked at that, but like, I think
knockoff or Throat Chop are kind of the way to go.
Yeah, I feel like Scruff is more likely to be targeted with like attacking moves to try and take it down than necessarily have its stats dropped. So yeah.
Yeah.
What else? So obviously powerful fighting move. I've instinctively
you don't want to bring a fighting move.
Not even for the normal types.
He has one.
I thought he had two. Hang on.
He has Cicino. That's the only one.
Oh, okay.
Zoroark is a ghost normal type, which means it's immune to normal, fighting, and ghost.
Okay, then I'm struggling even more to fill the remaining slots if I'm not bringing close combat.
So let's just say we run Throat Chop. Hex probably.
Hex.
What else we got? Huh?
Did you say Hex?
No, Protect.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that old chestnut. What else do we have access to?
Is there a difference mechanically between Protect and Detect? Because as far as I'm concerned, as far as I'm aware, there's no difference.
No, they're pretty much the same move.
Okay. But there's you get more PP on Protect, so it's better.
Kind of, yeah. What do we got?
I put Dragon Dance on just in case I get the opportunity. I don't know if that's a wise move or...
I don't think you're going to really be given much opportunity to set up. I mean, you could try for that, definitely, if you want. But you just don't really have the Pokemon to protect it.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm worried about. Like, maybe that's something we could look at, but... So what's our max possible speed here? This bad boy.
Hang on, I will tell you right
121. 121 is his max. Which makes him slower than the max speed of all but one of your opponent's Pokemon. At max speed. So we're probably not going to worry about max speed. Max attack's probably the ticket. Do you get any ghost moves, actually? Curse and Spite. So, no ghost move. Ground moves. Deacon Sand Stack. Okay.
What's like the next most common weakness? Ghost, but that's it's the same weakness as Dark.
And Ghost.
Yeah, it's the same weakness as Dark, really. Ghost.
Yeah, it's Dark, Ghost. Then there's like a three-way tie between flying, ice, ground, and water.
What about a nice little surprise Ice Punch or something? Would that be?
Yeah, you can run Ice Punch. I don't hate that.
And something instead of Dragon Dance, then, if I'm not going to get a chance to set up.
I mean, if you want to try it. I don't mind it being there.
What about like Follow Me Blastoise, like full bulk Blastoise?
I don't believe it gets Follow Me.
I thought it did.
It doesn't have Follow Me anymore.
Oh,
it did in a previous generation, but it doesn't have it in this current one.
Right.
Which is the problem. What was that move? I'll come back to that. Yeah, so it's like Throat Chop, Protect, Ice Punch, and Dragon Dance is probably correct.
What was that? Throw, chop,
Well,
protect, ice punch, dragon dance. Yeah, that's what I've got at the moment.
yeah, yeah. Um, as for item,
Expert belt. Get those super effective hits up. I don't know.
I think we're actually going to run Clear Amulet.
Uh,
So
let me just.
Xander has been running this. Huh?
I was just gonna say, let me observe what this item is. Yes.
So it stops your stats being lowered.
Mm-hmm.
So Xander has been running Hisuian Zoroark with Icy Wind,
Right.
trying to like control speed that way.
Mm-hmm.
This also means that you can't have you just can't have your stats lowered, pretty much, which is kind of what you want when you're trying to like Dragon Dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see what the bottom of the speed tier is. We want to get him to about 100. So if you do 172 in speed on his EVs and the rest in HP, so it's 84 in HP, 252 in attack, and then 172 in speed.
Mm-hmm.
And then we run Adamant Nature.
Yeah.
And that's one.
So are we going clear amulet for definite? Yeah.
Yeah, Clear Amulet.
Okay. Okay. So I've had a thought, which is that Blastoise is such a clear, obvious sort of support mon. What if I?
It doesn't have to be.
That's the thing. He's got 3 water weaknesses. What if? Because if I were to hypothetically lead with Ryder and Donatello, which is obviously what I'm calling my Blastoise this time.
I'm glad to hear.
The threat, the most apparent threat to his team that he's going to immediately focus on is Scrafty. What if I had Shell Smash Blastoise?
Yeah, you could definitely consider that.
Because I can have water, ice, and dark on Blastoise and just raise its special attack and go for kills.
Funnily enough, I have exactly that Blastoise right here.
Okay.
This one I prepared earlier. So this is a specially attacking Blastoise with it's bulky, but it hits hard.
What's the herb that you need for Shell Smash? I forget it. Oh, it's white herb, right?
That's one option. I'm looking more at longevity rather than like a second setup Pokemon.
Okay.
So this is a leftovers Blastoise with just a bunch of special moves. It's got a decent amount of HP, but it's got a lot of special attack, and it's got a little bit of speed. So it's Ice Beam, Dark Pulse, Water Spout, and Protect with leftovers, and Torrent as the ability.
Okay.
It's Dark Terra type. And the EVs are as follows.
What
12
was the
HP.
What was the water move? What was the water move? Water spout.
Water Spout.
Just go full power first turn kind of thing.
Pretty much, yeah. It hits both Pokemon. It does a lot of damage. Your max special attack, so it's going to do a lot.
Dark Pulse, was it?
Correct.
And Protect.
Yeah. So Ice Beam and Dark Pulse are both, coverage moves. Just Ice Beams just hits. What Pokemon was it that is super weak to ice?
Decidueye won't
it
like it.
Decidueye, it hits Golurk, and it hits Lilligant. All of which are like relatively big threats.
Yeah.
I did actually muck around with having in the brief time period that I had before we started doing this, I mucked around with Weather Ball on Blastoise with the sun setting Executor from last week. So you can have a fire type move coming out, but I just realized that the sun just helps the Ligand so much that kind of is bad.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Ice Beam instead.
Fair.
Yeah, so IVs for this guy is 12 HP, 76 in defense.
12 in HP, sorry.
Correct, 12. 1, 2.
Okay. How much in defense?
76, 76.
Yep.
Special attack is 252.
Mm-hmm.
And then 164 in special defense. And then 4 in speed.
Okay. Does that speed creep someone, does it?
99 gets you above no speed investment Meowstick.
Mm-hmm.
And 99 beats. It gives you a speed tie with Lilligant with no speed investment, but the Lilligant probably has speed anyway.
Yeah.
But we have Terra Dark to circumvent that issue.
Mm-hmm.
You could also run Terra Ice. Actually, it is probably about the same. It's just whether or not you want to.
Terra Dark just sweeps more of his team, though, doesn't it? Like, you know, like in terms of adding a lot of power to my dark moves is more powerful. Yeah.
Yes. Nature is modest, so it's plus special attack minus attack.
Yep.
So the total amount of HP you have doesn't really matter with Water Spout. Like the number of your HP doesn't matter. It just depends on your percentage of HP.
Yeah.
So this is obviously it's built with 164 special defense. It's designed to just make its special defense a bit higher.
Mm-hmm.
To sort of limit the damage because most of his guys are kind of special.
Right.
Like they're special attackers. So that's 2. What are we thinking for number 3?
So ground weakness ×3 is kind of tempting to lean into, but I don't know how. Like, I don't know how a full glass cannon Dugtrio does here. In terms of just trying to wipe some people. That's what I mean. If it just wipes some, or at least does some serious damage before going down, it might be.
Yeah, you could. Let's have a look.
Oh, apparently my S key isn't working great either. Oh, I need a new keyboard. Oh, there we go. Got some. Ugh, I might just take all the keys off and give it a proper clean.
Good idea. I did that the other day. It's surprising how much shit you can get in there.
Yeah.
I was like, I swear I didn't like headbutt this keyboard a bunch of time. Why is there so much hair in it? Alright.
So obviously like Earthquake, but then I need like ways of not taking too much damage from Earthquake myself.
Yes. That's true.
Which becomes the challenge. Is there like a good physical alternative to Earthquake that doesn't hit my own Pokemon, or is it Earthquake or Bust?
It does have Stomping Tantrum as well. That's an option. You do give up a little bit of damage, but at the same time, it only targets one thing.
Yeah,
is the difference. Which is okay. Like Stomping Tantrum's been used by like some of the best Pokemon ever. So by all means, it is a good move if you invest in the attack enough and you invest in the speed enough. You'll probably be fine.
Power doubles if the user's last move failed.
Yes. So let's say you double Fake Out or something, and the Fake Out misses because you can only use Fake Out in the first turn. If you then the next turn use Stomping Tantrum, it is 150 damage.
Yep.
Or if you like say you send an attack into something that's immune to it just says the move failed, that sort of thing. So it's good. It's a good move.
So double protect fail would set it off as well.
Yes, but most of the time with a Pokemon like this, if you are double protecting, that Pokemon's probably dead on the second turn.
Yeah, true, because they know it's
So it's kind of hard to take advantage of it. It's more of a like. It's an occasional, like an incidental bonus if you like Stomping Tantrum one of their slots and they like swap into a flying type Pokemon and dodge the Stomping Tantrum, then you get to Tantrum another slot for double damage, and it's like you didn't miss that damage the first time.
Yeah.
It's more incidental rather than you wanting to
So
force
would
into it.
would you run Earthquake or Stomping Tantrum, basically?
I'd run Stomping Tantrum, to
Okay.
be honest, because you don't really have a good partner
Mm.
for it. Like, you can run a Pokemon with like Balloon, or you can run a Pokemon with like Protect or something like that, but it means on the turn you're trying to be offensive, you're also being defensive, which is
Yeah.
kind of a waste. I would rather like be able to have that turn be like half offensive, half defensive, but not feel like I have to protect my own guy to not get blown out by my own ability. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather have the option to just go, both my Pokemon are going to attack here, and I'm not going to like get team damaged by my own dude.
Yeah.
So obviously we're building physical.
Night Slash. Get some more dark type.
I think Shadow Claw's probably up there.
Shadow Claw. Shadow Claw.
High critical,
They're both
ghost type move.
They're both the same power with high crit ratio. Is there a reason to go Ghost over Dark against Xander?
I mean, he does have two Pokemon that are immune to Ghost, so maybe you can justify the Dark instead. That's kind of your call.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's much of a muchness.
They're basically the same type against his team.
More or less, yeah.
Yeah. One extra Dark weakness. Is there anything that's weak to Ghost that's not weak to Dark on his team? I can't see anything that's jumping out.
Anything that's weak to what? Sorry?
That's weak to Ghost that isn't weak to Dark.
Weak Ghost. No.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
There's one Pokemon that's weak to Dark but not to Ghost,
Yeah.
which is one of the immunities.
I'm gonna go Dark. I'm just gonna go Dark then.
Yep, that's perfectly fine. What other moves do we have access to? Actually, do we have any cool like tech moves?
I'll be honest, because I'm a bit of a memester and a bit of a troll sometimes. I was looking at Memento, because I'm gonna be fast. I was thinking like if Dugtrio like clings on to life and is clearly going down next turn, just Memento out. Just go like, yep, peace.
Yeah, I mean it's not a terrible idea. You could run Stealth Rock. Not a bad choice. It gives you just like a little bit of chip damage on the way in. It'll break things like Focus Sash and stuff like that. And he has nothing that's really immune to it. And there's like a couple of Pokemon that are actually weak to Rock on his team.
Yeah.
There's one or two. Yeah, two. So Overquill and Skeleturge are both weak to it, so it means it does decent damage. It's an option. You don't have to run it. There's also Swords Dance if you want to do that. What else?
Getting Dugtrio set up's tricky though with his defenses, right?
Kind of, yeah. You'd Swords Dance once with like a Focus Sash or something up. And then you'd like
What about
I think it's probably too much work.
What about Sucker Punch, because that obviously is Dark type, which is good, but if it fails, Stomping Tantrum comes in next turn.
It's also a question of if there's anything on his team that outspeeds you if you go max speed investment.
Yeah.
Which, looking at it, there's only one Pokemon on his team that outspeeds you, which is Susino. At 183, but you are tied for the second highest. So
is it? Yeah. Is it?
It's a good move, but like, there's a lot of opportunity for you to like kind of get outplayed by it.
Yeah.
I just run like Rock Slide as a way of dealing chip damage and just being annoying.
Yep.
Also, you want to make sure you have a move that can like do things like breaking Zoroark's disguise.
Yeah.
Like illusion or whatever the fuck that ability is called.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
No, it's okay. I couldn't remember it either. Yeah, so having something like a spread move like Rock Slide, where you can hit two things, you can potentially flinch something, or break the illusion and stuff like that, and just know for certain that it's there.
Yeah,
it's not bad. It's not bad to like lead either. You just go like Rock Slide straight off the bat,
I will,
get some chip damage in
I
there.
will say the Zoroark with me bringing Dark rather than Ghost moves doesn't scare me much because it's got basically the same major weakness as the whole team, so it's not really too much of a problem if I think I'm hitting a different Ghost than I'm actually hitting a Zoroark. It's like, oh, as long as I'm using a Dark move, it's happy days, isn't it?
That's true.
So
that's true.
In terms of, I'm guessing Tangling Hair because I don't have Sand set up.
Yeah, Tangling Hair is probably correct.
Item.
Yeah, this is where it becomes hard. Now, you just want this to be a sweeper, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just Focus Sash. Yeah, Focus Sash is probably correct.
Yeah.
And then you just max HP. Oh, sorry. Max attack, max speed, and then the 4 in HP.
Yep.
And then Jolly Nature, so you're max speed.
Yep. Okay, cool.
So
does he have any ground immunity?
he has one. Oh, actually, is it? No, it's not. He has a poison, electric. He has one electric immunity, two ghost immunity, a bunch of normal and fighting immunities.
Mm-hmm.
Poison, ghost, psychic. Yeah. No, he doesn't have a ground immunity.
Fair enough. I was just thinking, like, with having protect on everyone else so far, I was wondering if I should
get away with just running EQ.
Yeah, I was thinking, do I just wildly EQ like a lot of the time, you know, and just
you can definitely run EQ if you want.
It takes away the ability to double into something, though, doesn't it? Because I basically have to protect when I want to EQ.
Well, okay, we do have one flying type Pokemon on our team.
I mean, I'm down to bring Minior.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's probably fine.
I'm always down to bring Minior. We know this.
Yeah. Okay. Let me check its. This is not a Pokemon I'm particularly familiar with. So let me.
Just thinking, like, as well as hitting both, EQ's another sort of illusion breaker and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so question, just because I'm curious, not because I necessarily think that this is what Xander's going to do. If you're running a Zoroark with Air Balloon, and it comes out disguised as something else, will it say it's using the Air Balloon, or will it not because it's disguised?
I believe so. I believe it will, yeah.
Yeah. So you can ruin your own disguise illusion immediately just by having a visible item.
I mean, potentially.
Mm.
But, like, if you're smart, you position it so that the Pokemon that comes out off Zoroark is a Pokemon that is weak to ground.
Yeah.
So he's like...
So it's believable.
A Archelodon that comes out. Mm-hmm. So it's got a balloon on it. So you're like, I see. He's trying to dodge the ground type move. You know?
Yeah. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I was just curious. Just curious. If
Yeah. Look, I'm not 100% certain, but that would be my guesstimate, is that it works that way. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Not this. Not this. What is this item called? Hold on. There's a particular item that I'm like thinking of that I can't remember the name of it for the life of me. Light clay. Okay. So.
Oh, you're thinking set up like screens with
Yeah. So light clay. And we go reflect, light screen. Yeah, that's probably okay. What other utility moves does it have? Calm Mind. Ooh, that could be feral.
Calm Mind and then a special attack of some description, like
Earth Power. Earth Power is the move.
Yeah.
I think, no question.
So get up both screens if it's still alive, Calm Mind, and then start Earth Powering things.
I don't even think you need the Calm Mind. I think that's more just like memes more than anything.
Yeah. But it's especially good if most of his team is generally quite special attacking. It's actually more useful from a defensive point of view to Calm Mind up a couple of times, double your defense, and be like, hello, come at me.
Yeah, I think most situations, when you, like, because you probably lead this Pokemon with Light Clay. Max HP and a little bit of defense. You'll probably want to oh man, sorry, I'm tanking on the EVs here. You'll probably just want to lead with like a light screen or reflect one or the other rather than both.
Yeah.
Because if you say the guys that he's led are both like specially offensive, you just go click light screen once, it probably saves both your Pokemon.
Yeah.
Or at least lets them live. And then you just start firing off Earth Powers until your guy dies, pretty much. And if there's an opportunity for you to set up the second, like the reflect or whatever, then you go for it.
Yeah.
But you don't want to just be like click two things back to back that just kind of do nothing.
Yeah.
Like they do something, so it's not nothing, but like, you know. Maybe you just run Protect, and it's just like one guy with Earth Power. You kind of get blown out by an air balloon, but I mean, you could run like Terra Dark, Terra Blast or something if you wanted, but I think Protect's probably okay.
Over what?
Well, you could actually Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam?
There's one fairy weakness. Do I need to cover that?
It's less that it's less that there's only one fairy weakness, more that there's no resist to fairy on his team. There's one resist to fairy on his team. Like everything else just takes regular damage from it. So at worst is neutral damage.
Yeah.
Like if there's a better like flying move or like a spread move or something that's good, go for it. Or you can run Power Gem if you want. There's some rock weaknesses which you can probably take advantage of, but those same Pokemon that are weak to rock are also already weak to ground, so it's like why there? Fortune Sands.
But so like Dazzling Gleam is 80.
Yeah.
But spreads, right? I was gonna say because Power Gem is 80, but with stab and no spread.
Yeah, here's one. But we already have Earth Power, which is 90, and chance to lower, and already hits both the things that are weak to rock. Already suffered to this move.
Right.
So you're like doubling up on the same thing, right? So it's like this already kills those Pokemon, so you don't really need to dedicate an additional move to also kill those Pokemon.
So you're saying Dazzling Gleam instead of Calm Mind, not instead of Earth Power.
Yeah, you're definitely keeping Earth Power. You're never getting rid of Earth Power.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying Dazzling Gleam is the fourth move.
Okay.
You could also run your choice of like, it's your choice of Dazzling Gleam, Stealth Rock, or Calm Mind. You can pick which one you want. It doesn't really bother me. Those are your options, pretty much.
Fair enough.
That's
EVs.
4?
Yeah, EVs on that.
Yeah, okay, so
I love the fact that I've now brought Minior to 3 out of 4 battles, I'm pretty sure now.
Okay, so 36 HP.
Yep.
252 special attack.
Yep.
and 220 speed with timid nature.
Timid is plus speed. Okay.
Correct. So at plus speed, it gets you to 184, which makes you overall the fastest Pokemon in the thing.
Wow.
So you're faster than his fastest Pokemon.
I did not think
1 point.
I did not think Minior was the fastest Pokemon.
He's very fast.
Yeah.
He's a speedy little rock. He is a meteorite, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, true.
I actually caught a shiny Minior in Sun and
Nice.
the prettiest shiny you'll ever done see.
I do love shiny Minior, but I always go with the purple one because purple bias. But yeah, the shiny is amazing.
Well, the black one, the shiny one does have a purple crystal as well. So you know he's still repping the boys.
Yeah.
All right, so we have 4 of 6, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we need 2 more.
What's like a good defensive typing type? Because we've been talking a lot about like offensive typings, but what can't he like do much against attacking wise?
Normal type.
Have I
The
got...
problem is like gone are the days where ghost Pokemon have narrow movesets.
Yeah.
Like if you were talking like Gen 1, 2, and 3, ghost Pokemon kind of only hit ghost Pokemon.
Yeah.
And like ghost could hit other things. So you'd have a normal type and you'd be like, haha, get it, Ghost Gym, you can't do anything.
Yeah.
Nowadays, ghost Pokemon kind of pick up like these random ice moves, these random fire moves. So it's really hard to just be like, this is the defensive Terra typing. So this match specifically, I don't think you want to worry about defensive Terra typing. I think you want to just have the best possible offensive Terra type.
Okay. I wasn't even thinking like Terra type. I was just thinking like for the last 2 Pokemon, to be honest.
Oh. I mean, again, it's one of those things where like picking moves to battle his typing is better than picking things that resist his typing.
Yeah.
Because like, yes, he'll have things like stab ghost moves. That's fine. Because like, the reality is most of the things on your team are not weak to ghost. Like, you've only got like, you have not even 1 weakness to ghost. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so he's probably going to be going off.
Oh, you got 1 on. Oh, not even. He's not actually weak.
He'll be going off stab quite a lot then. Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of the damage you're going to be taking is mitigated by the fact it's not stab, and with your Minior, you're also going to be mitigating it further. So you can kind of pick whatever you want. Like, if you want just another like bruiser, like you can just bring like a Life Orb Inferno with like 3 physical moves and a protect. You could bring like a utility Arcanine if you wanted.
I don't have a lot. When you said that the team is like going to be mostly special attacking, I was just looking through my team at the special defense. I don't have a lot of special defense on my draft at all.
So, yeah, that's okay. What we can do is
probably Arcanine's my strongest remaining option for special defense with a mighty 80. That's grim.
Yeah, I mean 80 is pretty good. Like, if you just max out his special defense, it's fine. 1, 2, 3. Where's that hit on speed tier? Maybe we just go a little bit higher. Hit 130. Okay, that's pretty good. Doesn't beat. Fuck me.
No.
I have to hit 135. That's terrible. Okay, so that assault vest. Okay, so I'm not even gonna worry about that. I'm just gonna put it in special attack. We're gonna build an assault vest special attacking Arcanine.
Okay.
So
with intimidate.
Yep, definitely gonna run intimidate.
Okay.
Then we're gonna have a gaze at his special moves. we got some decent choices from the looks of things. Heat Wave, pretty good. We're not going to bother with Hyper Voice. Power Gem, it's okay. Scorching Sands, maybe.
How come we're specifically going special? Have we just got too much physical attack already, or like?
Yes, so some of the Pokemon that are the biggest problems, like Archelodon, right, is it's very, very bulky and very, very strong.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have much special defense.
Right.
Archelodon's biggest weakness is that its special defense is dirt.
Yeah.
It's super low. And right now we have 2 Pokemon that are good at dealing with it. Like that have special attacks that are designed to hit Archelodon. That's kind of what this Minior is about.
Yep.
Like that Earth Power into Archelodon probably do like 60% of its HP, maybe 70 if you get a good damage roll. But having an offensive wall in Arcanine with Intimidate, so you get to like not really worry about your defense stat. It's already pretty decent. And the Assault Vest just means you could pretty comfortably switch it into any Pokemon and tank any move. And you just max out its special defense and just run rampant pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah. Just trying to look for one more move. None of that's gonna work. Actually, does it have like? Nope. Nope. Okay, that's annoying. Can't use that.
Snarl! Lower that special attack on everything.
Yep, Snarl was the first move that came to mind when I was putting this together. So the moves I have so far are Snarl, Heat Wave, and Scorching Sands.
And Scorching Sands. Wow, a ground type move that can burn. That's wild. I love that.
Yeah.
E-speed, I know it's not special, but just to finish something off if it's faster.
The problem is he's got a lot of immunity to
oh, yeah, of course he has. Yeah, sorry. Not thinking.
No, it's okay. It's a good idea. Like,
against,
it's a good idea,
against anyone else.
But yeah, because he has so many ghost types, it's like so awkward if you're like, that's on 2 HP and I need to kill it.
Yeah.
But I can't because it's immune to E-speed.
Yeah.
So here it's kind of like the choice between you can run Dragon Pulse for just like neutral damage, or you can run like a specialized Terra Blast if you want to cover something. Like if you just want an extra dark move, you can just have like, oh, I guess you already have Snarl. Maybe we just do run Terra Dark anyway.
Dark's such a prominent weakness on the team. Feels like if I'm gonna want any Terra type, like on Pokemon that don't have an actual reason to have a certain type, it's gonna be Dark, right?
Yeah, pretty much. It's just a problem if like every Pokemon on your team is Terra Dark. But like it shouldn't be too much of an issue, I don't think. I think you're less likely to click Terra on Arcanine than any Pokemon. But I think you just run Dragon Pulse as like just a neutral 85 damage move, right? Like you're probably not gonna click it, but yeah. I'm struggling to see an alternate choice.
I'll keep
you could run Power Gem, I guess, if you want, but
I'll keep the Dark Terra Blast, I think. Like I say, probably not going to use it anyway.
Yeah, it's an option to have. Like, you do already have Snarl, which is, I mean, like, good, and it hits both things, but being able to just, like, Terra Dark blow something up is also pretty good.
Yeah.
EVs are 60 in special attack.
Yep.
252 in special defense.
Yep.
And 196 in speed.
Hey, I got one right. I already had that in.
Nice. And it's a calm nature. So
Wow, with the
this
assault
hits
vest.
yeah, exactly. So this thing can switch in and tank pretty much any special move. And its defenses are also kind of like not terrible, and you get covered by Intimidate as well. So it's pretty good.
Okay.
Obviously it hits the 135 speed tier, which makes it faster than Decidueye, it makes it faster than Skeledirge, makes it faster than Golurk, Poltergeists,
Yeah.
and that's it. But like, I don't think Archelodon's gonna have max speed, so it's probably gonna have middle ground speed,
Yeah.
which means you should technically outspeed it. But be aware it can deal a lot of damage. And
Yeah.
from what I've seen, it's a uh it's got power herb so that it can do like meteor beam in one turn or solar beam in one turn.
Yeah.
So watch out for that. As for your last Pokemon, what have we got here?
Explodey boy.
Right now I think it's either Infernape. Is it Infernape? Maybe.
I haven't brought Infernape yet.
I know.
Weirdly.
It's Golem, Executor, or Infernape, I think.
The thing is, he's got like literally 0 electric weakness. So the Golem strategy, while it's still like powerful, it's like losing some potential.
Yeah, but he also has 1 immunity.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think if ever, you might as well like just get it, right? Like I think the 5 Pokemon you have are like sufficiently good
that we can just throw Golem out and see what happens and hope for the best.
Like yeah, I think you probably just don't go don't just blow up on turn 1. Don't just blow up on turn 1 like last time, but like it's not a bad way to do it. But you want to take advantage of like Body Slam, right? Like that's the big thing about this is like being able to use Body Slam as a stab electric type move that can also paralyze is pretty massive.
Yeah.
And like he only has one thing that resists it. And you kind of use the Body Slam early to test the waters. Because like you saw, they're gonna try and go for that protect to like get ya.
Yeah.
Right? And you're also kind of worried about like Focus Sash preventing you from getting that KO. So like you kind of want to use the explosion when he's on his last legs. Which I think even if we max speed, he's not gonna get there. Minus, what do we get to? 106. Yeah, it doesn't really get there. It's kind of just better to like max out your HP and then put like a little bit in speed. 66 is slower than everything, right? It's faster than no speed Skeledirge. Okay. Life Orb can run protect. I want to see you using protect this week.
Using what? Never heard of it.
Using protect. Protect.
Never heard of it.
You gotta use it. You gotta use it. Yeah, high horsepower is probably correct. Okay, so explosion, body slam, protect, high horsepower with life orb.
High horsepower over earthquake, yeah.
Yeah. Now, if you fall victim to the mythical 5% miss on high horsepower, I apologize in advance, but it happens to the best of us. I think you'll be fine. IVs are 252 HP, 252 attack, and the rest in speed.
252 HP, 252 attack, and then 4 in speed.
Correct, and adamant nature. Galvanize is the ability. Terra Rock.
Mm-hmm. Terra Rock.
Terra Electric, sorry.
Terra I was going to say, wait, what? I don't have a rock move. I was confused for a second then.
Yeah, don't feel that you need to Terra either. Like, the explosion becomes electric type regardless of whether or not you Terra.
Yep.
So what you want to try and do is use like a body slam or a high horsepower first. Try and get some chip damage. If they all in your Alolan Golem to try and kill it, that's great.
Yeah.
That's perfect. That's what he is there for, right?
Yeah.
He's a nuclear bomb, but he's also the nuclear deterrent.
He's the threat
right?
of the nuclear bomb, yeah.
He's the threat. You want to use him in a way that they look at that and go, oh shit, that thing has to die.
Yeah. Maybe
and that gives you
leading that and Scrafty, give them that dilemma.
Yeah, potentially. You could also just like lead like Minior and Golem because you're running Calm Mind, right? Or you're running Dazzling Gleam.
Oh yeah, I'm running Dazzling Gleam, but switching it to Calm Mind could be fun.
Yeah, you can do that.
Because when he doubles into the Golem, I set up a Calm Mind.
You just click Calm Mind. Then you just start firing off Earth Powers.
Then the next turn I can Light Screen because they're gonna think.
Well, not even like.
Oh, okay.
If you say, let's say hypothetically, you Calm Mind on the turn that they double into Alolan Golem.
Yeah.
If your Golem doesn't die, which with max HP, it might not.
Yeah.
It means you get this really, really awesome turn where you just get to click Earth Power into one thing and then like Body Slam into another.
Yeah.
Or you can just like click Protect on the Golem, protect it for a turn, use the Earth Power to kill something. You know.
Yeah.
This Meteor, you can use it to pivot. You can use it to set up one turn and then start blowing things up. Yeah.
Cool. Alright, so let's have a quick look over the team. We've got Donatello. Finally used that. We've got Ice Beam, Water Spell, Dark Pulse, Protect with max special attack, a lot of special defense, and a bit of speed and HP. And a fair bit of defense. Ryder, the Shermhead. We've got Throat Chop, Dragon Dance, Protect and Ice Punch, max attack, loads of speed, rest in HP. Hanson, of course, no other nickname for Alolan Dugtrio for me, with Stomping Tantrum, Night Slash, Stealth Rock and Rock Slide. Full attack, full defense, and 4 in HP. Team Star! Had to. Minior with Reflect, Light Screen, Calm Mind and Earth Power. Max special attack and a lot of speed with a plus nature and a bit of HP. Tony! The shiny is being Arcanine because my running gag is that he's clearly a tiger. With Snarl, Heat Wave, Scorching Sands, and Terra Blast. Terra Dark on that, by the way. I've got a fair few Terra Darks, but oh well, I'm only going to use one of them. And Burt Reynolds, the Alolan Golem.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a good mustache. With Body Slam, Explosion, High Horsepower, and Protect, and max attack, max HP, and just gonna Body Slam something turn one and see if it dies. Whilst probably setting up Minior at the same time seems to be the strategy.
Yeah. Also, if you don't, let's say you see something that like nothing that you're like super confident body slamming, you can just click Protect.
Yeah.
Like, just click Protect and then, like, Calm Mind on Minior.
And
it'll outspeed everything on his team.
And hope they've baited... I hope I've baited the attacks on Golem kind of thing, yeah.
You would assume as much.
Yeah.
I would naturally assume that Golem would get targeted. If not twice, just once.
Yeah.
And then you just eat one of those attacks. This Minior probably lives a hit. It's 140 HP. It's probably... It's decently... It's got some stats.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully it lives and you just get to like Earth Power something.
I feel like Minior has a little bit of an advantage as well because it was like easily the last pick of the entire thing that no one was ever going to pick. It's like the thing that probably gets prepped for the least.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's not it's quote not a threat, so if I can sneak it under the radar and get it in there as a threat, it's like, oh, I didn't have a plan for this.
Yeah, definitely. You can also, Dugtrio, you can run Earthquake instead of Stomping Tantrum if you want, because you have this Minior to like, you can switch into the Minior,
yeah,
and then Earthquake.
Oh, so I have like 4 protects now.
Essentially, yeah.
No, 3.
Well,
I
no,
have 3 Pokemon with
literally,
protect.
yeah, yeah,
Because not. Oh no, Golem as well. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
yeah. So you have three Pokemon with protect, and then you have the option to switch Minior in to like
Yeah.
absorb a
Mhm.
like dodge an earthquake.
Yeah.
So you can take advantage of earthquake.
Yep. Okay, that's been switched. Okay, so that's the final team. So
Cool.
yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, the battle's tomorrow. If you're Houdini, the battle's in about a few minutes. I don't know exactly when, but we're planning on doing it today and pretty soon. So wish me luck, I guess.
I wish you the best of luck,
And
man.
we'll see how it all goes. What I'll probably do as well, if I don't make Final Four, I think I'll probably do like a recap video of like how my first draft league went next week. If I do make Final Four, then there'll just be another team builder and another battle.
Sounds fair enough to me.
Yeah, I'll be surprised. Especially like 3 weeks ago, me would be very surprised if I do make Final Four, but I'm gonna play for it, you know. Like why not?
Go for it. You
Yeah.
play as hard as you can.
And if I don't, then it's fine. It's my first ever attempt at this, you know. And if I do, then it's what the hell just happened? Wow, you know, like there's no it's a no lose scenario really, because like if I don't make Final Four, I was never expecting to, you know. So I'm not disappointed.
If you do, you've overachieved.
Exactly, yeah. So, like, because I've never done this before. I've not competitive battled in years before this. I've never done a draft league. So, if I somehow scrape into Final Four, that's just, like you say, overachieving is an understatement for that. So, I would be perfectly happy with that. But I'll be perfectly happy no matter what happens. So, yeah. Thank you very much for your help once again.
Oh. Of course, anytime.
It's greatly appreciated. We'll see.
We've loved having you along for the matches, mate.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And we'll see how the rest of this season goes. But
Sure will.
yeah. Everyone watching, leave a like. It's greatly appreciated. Go check out the Cutlass channel so you can see like all the content around this league, not just mine. There's a playlist over there that's got like everyone's videos, so anyone who's done a team builder, anyone who's like uploaded their point of view of the battle. I assume the streams are uploaded over there as well once they're done, like of where you guys commentate on all the matches. So go and watch all that stuff, because yes, it's fun, you know, coming along for the ride with my point of view, but you want to see the league as a whole. You know, that's the whole point of a league, isn't it? You know, it's not just a series of individual matches for one team. That's like a cup, you know, like a single elimination tournament. It's not
definitely.
that. Other results really matter here. So yeah, definitely go check that out.
So on Cutlass, there's a playlist on the channel that has all of the videos from everybody's perspective. So you'll see all the teams team building. You'll see all of the matches. You'll see us commentating the games, and you'll get to meet all the people as we do all the stuff.
Exactly.
So
yeah. So definitely
lots
worth
of
going checking
content
out. Subscribe if you're new here. Subscribe over there. And tell your friends. It's a lot of fun. Let's get some eyeballs on it. But for now, all I have left to say is thank you very much for watching. As always, I've been Ebeza. He's been Houdini.
yeah.
And I'll see you next time.